Good morning. This is Dr. Mark from the Registrar's Office. Just a little bit of verbal and video encouragement for your participation in prison epistles. I'm so glad to have you on this wonderful way of being able to dialogue about the important things of God's Word on a schedule that works with you and the particular needs that you have. I just got done grading your verses that you did in Philippians 1:6, and I thought, wow, what a great, powerful verse, being confident that God is at work in you. And then I looked forward to next week, and I found it's even better because it says that God is working both to will and to work. God not only will do something in us, but He will create the desire and the motivation as we give Him the opportunity. So I hope that not only are you memorizing these in your head, but you're letting them soak into the way that you are, the incredible confidence boost that we get from this great book of Philippians. Then as we move this week into the discussion, I hope that you all will take part in that discussion. Number one, it gets you valuable points, but more than that, we really want to see the various ways that you notice how the life of Christ, especially in Philippians 2, how the life of Christ provides a model, an example for us to imitate in the various hardest part of life, and that is how we deal with conflict with other Christians. If God is really at work in my life, Philippians 2:13, and if He's given me the will to do things I don't have a natural will to do, one of those things I don't have a natural will to do is to engage in loving conflict with people that I know I have a disagreement with. And so we want to look at Jesus' example in His humility and in His exaltation in Philippians 2, and all the things that Pastor Larry has to say, to see how we can become people who are like Christ, to set aside our own way of doing things that we might engage others. So I'm looking forward to your discussion and your feedback and your responses to each other. And then finally, probably the real reason I'm on video is to remind you that not this week, but next week, starting next Tuesday, we're in a week that has a test over Philippians. And if you haven't been making careful notes, you'll want to go back and make a few careful notes. And this would be a good time to start every day reviewing for about 15 minutes the notes you've taken over Philippians, so that when that test comes sometime the week beginning November 6th, that you're prepared and that you do your very best. The very last thing that I want to say is that some of you have done well in what you've turned in, but you haven't turned in all of the big assignments. And the reflection paper and the research papers that we've done, one of each, one reflection, one research, those are an enormous part of the percentage of your grade for the course. And if you haven't done those, please get them done and get them in to me. I can always give you some credit. I can give you most of the credit. And the sooner you get those in, the sooner you'll have an idea of how you're doing in the course. Well, thank you once again. I enjoy every contribution. I enjoy you sharing your hearts and your ideas, and I know your effort. And together, and may God really make it work out that together we are the people who bring pleasure to Him and power to His Word.